Hello, hello. Welcome to Master Portuguese YouTube lesson. I am Yuri Pais, a Brazilian Portuguese teacher, and today it's our fourth lesson live on YouTube. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for joining. Oi, Eldad, I see that you are here. Thank you for joining me. Who else is here? Who else is here? Please write down where you're talking from, where you're watching this lesson from, which country you're at, and welcome. Olá, Rube. Tudo bom? Welcome to lesson 4 of Master Portuguese. I'm so excited. It's always amazing to be here every Friday. And I've got my orange juice here with me, as always. You know, it's always different to be teaching on YouTube. Oi, Carla. Seja bem-vinda. Welcome. It's always different to be teaching on YouTube because I don't hear my students. I don't hear you. So the only contact that we've got is through the chat, and I can read the things that you write on the chat. So that's good. Let me just put this live on Instagram as well. So, because I forgot. So it's the time that we have some more people joining. So let me get this. Yes. And I've had my hair cut. Olá, Christine. Welcome, Christine. You're from England. Você é inglesa. Yes, welcome to Master Portuguese Live YouTube lesson. Oi, Linda. Linda, seja bem-vinda também. Welcome. Bogomila, thank you for coming back. Thank you for joining us back once again. Yes. Obrigado, Christine. I really liked my new haircut. So if you're watching from, we are live on YouTube. Link in bio. Let me fix this. Yes. All right. So thank you. I really liked my haircut. And Christine, welcome. I saw that you were watching the previous lessons, and I'm glad that you are learning new things, and I'm glad that you are all learning new things. Bogomila, welcome back. Eldad, Linda, Carla, awesome. So let's get started. I think we should. And lesson 3 was a bit long, like 1 hour and 20 minutes, but this one will be shorter, okay? This one will be shorter, I promise. So, how to use adjectives correctly in Portuguese. U is missing right here, in Portuguese. One of my students, Linda, and she's right here watching this lesson live with us. She asked me, Yuri, I've got some difficulties with adjectives. First of all, because they must go according with the noun and the article. And second of all, the position of the adjective in the sentence. Adjectives differ a little bit in its use from English and Portuguese, and we will cover that. So if you've got the same question as Linda did, this lesson is for you because you will finally understand how it works. All right, so master your Portuguese com Yuri Pais. I am Yuri Pais. So For those who don't know me, I'm from Brazil. I'm Brazilian. I'm from Ceará State. I'm from Fortaleza, beautiful Fortaleza. I love my hometown. The beaches here are amazing. I love going to the beach, and very often I do go to the beach. The temperature here is always hot, it's always summer. There is no fall, no spring, no winter. It's always summer. It's the whole year, the same weather. So that's why I go to the beach any time of the year, and that's good. Um, that's one of the things that I really love about Fortaleza is that it's always hot. I don't like the cold, and I think I don't like the cold because I'm not used to it. But if you're coming to Brazil, consider coming to Fortaleza and the beaches around Fortaleza, which are amazing. Okay, if you're watching this live on Instagram, join us on YouTube, so you will have the screen sharing and everything. All right. So, um, subscribe to Master Portuguese YouTube channel if you haven't done so. You can also follow Master Portuguese on Instagram at Master Portuguese. Follow us there. Get in contact with me. You can write to me. You can send me direct messages. You can send me emails. Yes. Oh, Bogamila, I've heard that Ireland rains a lot. It rains a lot in Ireland. Um, yes, I wish I could give you part of my weather, you know? I wish I could, truly, because it's amazing. It's amazing. I've got a friend who lives in Ireland and he says that it rains a lot. So, a brief recap of what we've studied so far. On AULA 1, we saw the differences between ser and estar. So most of students struggle with that difference. So I decided to begin these set of lessons with the difference between ser and estar. So if you've got that question and if you want to review topics, you can go and rewatch this lesson. And also, let me tell you something. I decided to put on a blog on masteryourportuguese.com website. So the first post is there, and it's exactly about the differences between verb ser and estar. So if you don't have time to watch the full lesson, all the lessons will be on Master Your Portuguese blog, where you'll be able to read through everything, do the exercises. At the end of each post, there will be an exercise. Okay, so you'll be able to, every week, a new post will be coming out. So you see here the differences between verb ser and estar, and all the explanation is here, all in English. Okay, very easy to follow with lots of examples and everything you need to understand. The lesson is also here, so if you want to rewatch, and exercises, vocabulary, and the answers. The answer of the exercise will be always at the bottom. So, how will it work? The blog posts. Um, every Wednesday, a grammar post will be posted. Okay, so this Wednesday, for example, how to use articles correctly. It will be all there. So if you want to review, just read some things, it will be there in written form. And every Sunday, a post in Portuguese. So every Sunday, I will post something completely in Portuguese for you to practice reading and listening. So there will be a video of me reading my own text. And these texts will be usually about self-development, self-knowledge, Brazilian culture, or anything that I feel like writing about. So you will have two posts every week. Wednesday, grammar post, which will basically be what we study on the live lessons on Friday. And every Sunday, a post in Portuguese for all levels, all right? On aula 2, We studied how to use articles correctly, so we understood the differences between definite articles, indefinite articles. On AULA 3, we learned how to identify masculine and feminine nouns. We studied that nouns in Portuguese, they can either be masculine or feminine. So, and that they must be followed by articles. Whenever you see an article, there will be a noun nearby, always. Okay? And today, aula 4, we are going to study adjectives. Because articles, nouns, and adjectives, they most of the times come together, all three. And this is what we are going to talk about today. But before we begin, let's do the mini test to review Aula 3. Let's review what we studied on Aula 3. So you will complete this exercise, these 10 things, with O if it is masculine or with A if it is feminine, okay? And do it your own way, the way you think it is. Okay, try to remember what you studied on last lesson. If you didn't watch lesson 3, don't worry, do it. Just thinking on what do you think these nouns are, masculine or feminine, okay? I'll give you some time. As soon as you finish, write down the comment section your answers so I can see, and then we will get started as soon as we review this article, masculine and feminine from lesson 3. All right? Yes. If you're watching on Instagram, join us live on YouTube. The link is in bio. All right? I'll give you some time. In this exercise, they're all singular, so you just have to choose between O and A. Okay? Let's see. Oi, Camila. Tudo bom, amiga? Okay, we've got some answers already. Okay, Eldad. Good. All right. Ótimo, Carla. Muito bom. Muito bom. All right, Christine. Bogamila. So, let's correct. Let's see. Luis. Light. Luis is always feminine. A Luis. So always feminine. A Luis. Okay? And pay attention to pronunciation. Luis. Myself, where I am from, we pronounce Luis. In other regions of Brazil, you will hear luz, luz. So both ways are correct. Luz, Luis. I say Luis, a Luis. Ilusão. Ilusão, is it masculine or feminine? A ilusão. And remember that nouns ending in ão that are abstract, ilusão, like you cannot touch an illusion, feminine. Concrete, Nouns ending in ão, they are masculine, like o balão, the balloon. Problema. Problema is an exception to the general rule. So, o problema, it ends in a, but it's actually masculine. Patrão, o patrão, the boss. Autora, the author, a autora, so it follows the general rule. It ends in a, feminine. Juiz, o juiz. If it was feminine, it would be a juíza. It would end in a. Atriz, a atriz, feminine. Telefone, o telefone, masculine, o telefone. Dia, it doesn't follow the rules, so o dia, it's an exception. The word ends in a, but it's not feminine, it's masculine. And água, a água. Okay? Well done, well done. Any questions? Any questions? Can we get started talking about adjectives? All right, so first exercise done. We will have another exercise very soon, okay? So stay there. First of all, what are adjectives? Adjectives are words that describe nouns and pronouns. They are qualifiers and they attribute a specific quality to a noun. So, yay, congratulations, Bogomila. 8 right. You see, you improved from last week. Arub, 10 out of 10. Awesome. Awesome. Great. Great. So, adjectives, they attribute a quality to a noun, right? So, important. Something is very important. In Portuguese, adjectives must follow the same patterns as articles and nouns. So you see that we studied articles first, then we studied nouns, and now adjectives. So it means that adjectives will be feminine if the article is feminine and the noun is feminine. And the adjective will be masculine if the noun is masculine and the article is masculine. So they all follow the same pattern, okay? So for example, I say, a casa bonita, a casa bonita. And you see that in English, we've got the beautiful house. The adjective in English comes before the noun, whereas in English, it comes after the noun. So that is the first rule that I want you to know from this lesson. Adjectives in Portuguese come after the noun. They come after the noun. And this is the general rule. But I've seen sometimes an adjective before the noun. We will talk about that by the end of this lesson. Okay? So, as a general rule, I want you to understand that adjectives come after the noun. A casa bonita. And you see that casa is feminine. So we've got a feminine article, a casa, and the adjective also feminine. A casa bonita. O carro bonito. Same thing. O masculine, carro is masculine, bonito, masculine. The beautiful car. As casas bonitas. As, plural, feminine. Casas, plural, feminine. Bonitas, plural, feminine. So you see that they all follow the same structure. Os, plural, masculine. Carros, plural, masculine. Bonitos, plural, masculine. So this is the rule in Portuguese. The article, the noun, and the adjective must follow the same structure, okay, regarding gender and number. So in English, you see that the adjective will never change. Beautiful, 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 all the time beautiful. Okay, but in Portuguese, the adjective must change according to the noun and the article. If you get out of this lesson with this information, I'm happy. Okay, but we won't stop here. We will carry on. All right. So there are adjectives that can have masculine, feminine, singular, and plural forms, such as the ones that I'm showing here below. So for SM, it stands for singular, masculine. For SF, singular, feminine. For PM, plural, masculine. For PF, plural, feminine. And English, okay? I had to write this way because otherwise it would not be this structured. So you see that there are some adjectives that you can say alto, tall. For example, ele é alto, he is tall. Ela é alta, she is tall. So, feminino singular, alta. Ele é alto, masculino singular. Altos, masculino plural. Os meninos são altos. The boys are tall. As meninas são altas. So you see that the adjective changes according to the noun and the article. So, and there are many, many adjectives that can have these four types. And I call these each type. So, novo, new, novo, nova, novos, novas. So, novo, o carro é novo. The car is new. Nova, a casa é nova. The house is new. Novos, os carros são novos. The cars are new. As casas são novas. The houses are new. We will see some examples in a minute. First, I'm just showing you some examples. On the PDF file, you will have a huge list of adjectives like this, okay? And you can download the PDF file with all this explanation, with all the examples and the list of adjectives on the Telegram channel that is on the link below. On the description box, you will see a few links. The last one is the Telegram channel that you can join, and the PDF file will be there as soon as we finish this lesson, okay? And in a few weeks, this will be on the blog. Okay, this will be also on the blog. So, preocupado, worried. Eu estou preocupado. I say preocupado because I'm a male. But if I were a female, I would say eu estou preocupada. Okay, so this is related to who I am talking about. In this case, I'm talking about myself. But if I was talking about someone else, it would depend on the gender, okay? And you can ask, Yuri, and what about trans people? Well, you just use it according to what the person likes to be called. So if it's a trans woman, then you say preocupada. If it's a trans man, then you say preocupado. Just what the person feels most comfortable about. You know, it's not complicated. Preocupados, preocupados, preocupadas. So here I want to give you a general idea on how adjectives work in the general rule, okay? Nationalities, they're also adjectives. So, eu sou brasileiro. A Anitta é brasileira. Nós somos brasileiros, okay? And you see that in some cases, for example, bad, and for example, good, they are different from the normal rule. So mau with L, oh, not with L, with U is an adjective. Ma is the feminine. Maus and mas. Bom, boa, bons, boas. Okay? So, I can say, ele é mau, ela é má. Ela é má. Okay? So, she's bad. He is bad. Ele é bom, ela é boa. Ele é bom, ela é boa. He is good, she is good. Okay? Let's have a look at some examples. Example number 1. O João está preocupado. João is worried. João, masculine. So the article is masculine. Therefore, the adjective must be masculine. O João está preocupado. Okay? Example number 2. A Maria está preocupada. Maria, feminine. So, a Maria está preocupada. Feminine. Okay? Example number 3. Now let's see. O João e a Maria estão preocupados. We've got João, masculine, so article masculine. Maria, feminine, so the article feminine. O João e a Maria estão preocupados. Yuri, why do you say preocupados, masculine, if it's João and Maria? So, I wanted to know that if there is one masculine noun amidst feminine nouns, what prevails is masculine. That is why the adjective is, in this example, is masculine. So what I wanted to know is that if there are 100 girls and only one boy, you will use masculine noun. I find it terrible, you know. I've always found it wrong, but this is how the grammar works, you know. I always thought, and this is on a personal note, I always thought that if there were more women, we should use it on the feminine. If there were more men, we should use it in the masculine. But that's not how the language works. And so if there are 100 women and only one man, you will use masculine. Yes, Christine, that's because men rule. And, well, you know, yeah, let's move on. So, now you get that, okay? So, if there is one male noun amongst the female nouns, prevails the male, okay? And there is no neutral gender in Portuguese. So it's either masculine or feminine. And now something very interesting that I would like to share. Some communities, like trans communities or, trans communities, LGBTQI communities, they started to say, for example, todes instead of todas, todos. This means all or everybody. Okay? So todas is feminine. Todos is masculine. So some communities started saying todes in order to make it neutral, so it doesn't say masculine or feminine, you know. So when I say olá todos, but this is something informal, something only in spoken Portuguese and written Portuguese, something on the internet that you may see. So now if you see that, you know what it means, okay? So, example number 4. A Maria e a Joana estão preocupadas. In this example, both nouns are feminine, so the adjective is feminine. Well, Eldad, it will be a mistake, yes, a grammar mistake, but in spoken language, there are lots of mistakes based on grammar, okay? So in spoken Portuguese, it's quite different from the grammar. We use the grammar as a structure, but in fact, there are lots of things regarding the grammar that we overlook. We just don't care in spoken Portuguese. And todes is one of those things. People say it. Small communities, not small communities, I think they're big communities, like trans communities. They're very big in Brazil. And they say todes, you know? And according to the grammar, if you want to be a purist, a grammar purist, it's wrong. But that's not what reality is like. Okay? So, we just saw that there are those adjectives that can have these 4 types: singular masculine, plural masculine, singular feminine, plural feminine. And there is another category of adjectives. There are adjectives that do not change according to masculine and feminine. They only change into singular and plural. So, here are some examples. And once again, you will find a list of adjectives on the PDF file, okay? So, grande, singular, grandes, plural. And grande, it's either feminine or masculine. It doesn't say anything about gender. It's just grande, you know? There is no grando and granda. It doesn't exist. Grande. Inteligente is the same thing. Inteligente, it's either masculine or feminine. The context will tell you if you're talking about something masculine, like o computador inteligente, like an intelligent computer, you know, or something feminine, like a garota inteligente, the intelligent girl, okay? Forte, strong, fortes, feliz, felizes, Israelense. So there are some nationalities that they have masculine and feminine, like Brazilian, brasileiro, brasileira, inglês, inglesa, americano, americana, mexicano, mexicana, irlandês, irlandesa. But there are some nationalities that they do not have masculine and feminine, and Israelense is one of those nationalities. O israelense, a israelense. Ok? Ou ele é israelense, ela é israelense. It doesn't change. Okay? There is another one that I can remember right now, which is belga. Belga is like someone from Belgium. I don't know how to say in English. Someone from Belgium. I'll say like this. He's Belge? I don't know. How do you say that in English? How do you say that someone is from Belgium in English? In Portuguese, it's belga. Okay? Ele é belga, ela é belga. And also some colors. So, for example, azul. Azul it can be masculine or feminine. A caneta, Belgium. Yes, Linda, thank you. Belgium. Let me get this right. Belgium, like this. So, azul. A caneta azul. Okay, so a caneta azul e o carro azul. It doesn't change. But there are some colors that they do change. So, for example, let me go back here. We can have branco, white, branca, brancos, brancas. So this is white. Okay? So, and also the same with preto, preta, okay? And here, yes, it can be verde and verdes. So, which is green, yes? Yes, Eldred, the same thing. But no, not Palestinense. We say Palestino and Palestina. It would come right here. Palestino, Palestina. Oops. It comes right here. Palestinos, Palestinas. So Israelense, Palestino, Palestina. Okay? So now you know that there are these two categories of adjectives. The ones that change according to male, female, singular and plural, and the one that only changes for plural and singular, right? So let's see some examples here. O João é inteligente, a Maria é inteligente. So, it doesn't matter if it's male or female, the adjective is the same, right? O João e a Maria são inteligentes. So you see here that plural, inteligentes. O João e a Maria são inteligentes. And remember from aula 1, o João é inteligente because it's singular. O João e a Maria são inteligentes because it's plural. We studied this on aula 1. All right, any questions so far before we move on? Any questions? How's it going so far? Easy to understand or is it too complicated? Oh, this juice is good. So let me know how's it going over there? There is one last thing and we will end. Ah, so far so good. Ótimo, Linda. Ótimo, Christine. Amazing. Do you know how to say so far so good in Portuguese? Let me tell you this. Até aqui tudo bem. Até aqui tudo bem. So far so good. So far so good. Até aqui tudo bem. Which literally translates to until here it's all fine. You know? Yes! Ótimo. Thank you, Bogomila. Thank you, Carla. Great. Eldred asked about the colors. Only those are both genders, right? Only. You mean like these two, azul and verde? No, Eldred. There are more. Marrom. There are plenty actually. Marrom, rosa, which is pink. Yeah, there's plenty. Okay. I think most of colors will be in this category. Preto, branco will be on the previous category. All right? Yes, ótimo. Até aqui tudo bem. So far so good. So let's carry on. So, I told you in the beginning of this lesson that an adjective is located after a noun as a general rule. And I want you to get this in the general rule. Yes, Eldred, it will be on the PDF file. Yes, yes, yes. So, and I want you to get this general rule, okay? Especially if you are a beginner in the studies of Portuguese, stick to the general rule, okay? Stick to that. What comes from here on, it's extra information. However, if you are upper intermediate advanced student, check this out. Adjectives can come before nouns when we want to emphasize the qualities of something. So for example, I say Que dia triste. What a sad day. And if I say que triste dia, what a sad day, it's the same thing. But I am emphasizing that this day is so sad, you know? So, que triste dia. We replace the adjective before the noun to emphasize what we want to say, okay? You can find this. It's not mostly used. This used to be like used more in the past, but sometimes you may hear people say you can see it in books. Okay, so this is one of use. O carro preto. Yes, Christine, correct. Yes, o carro preto. All right. Now, I want you to pay attention to this. Sometimes, depending on the context, depending on the adjective and where the adjective is located before or after the noun, the meaning changes completely. Completely. And I'll show you some examples. Let me just answer. Could we say that this? No, Eldred, I wouldn't say it's obviously no, because you may hear people say it, you may read, it's just not so spoken Portuguese, but it is still part of the language. So I wouldn't say it's obsolete, like it's not used anymore, because it is. It's just not so common. Let's put it that way. All right. So let's get back to this. Look at this example. Ele é um amigo velho. Ele é um amigo velho. He is a friend who is old and elderly. Ele é um amigo velho. The adjective is after the noun. But if I say ele é um velho amigo, he is an old friend of mine, it doesn't mean he is an old person, an elderly. It means that he is an old friend. Ele é um velho amigo. Okay? So you see that just the position of the adjective changed the meaning entirely, like completely. Okay? Another example. Ele é um homem grande. He is a big man, like physically a big man. Ele é um homem grande. Now, ele é um grande homem. He is a notable, important man, successful, and all these things. Ele é um grande homem. Ou, you can say, ela é uma grande mulher. Ela é uma grande mulher. In this case, she's not a big woman. She is an important, notable woman. Okay? Ela é uma grande mulher. And you see that the meaning changes entirely, completely. Another example. How Linda asked, how would you say he is a successful man? Ele é homem de sucesso, Linda. De sucesso. This is what we call locução adjetiva, which is, let's translate it as adjective expression. When you have a preposition plus a noun functioning as an adjective. So, ele é um homem de sucesso. So, de sucesso is an expression that is an adjective. Okay? This is successful. Good. So, another example. Ela é uma professora simples. She is a teacher who is simple, without luxury in her life. Very simple woman, teacher. Now, ela é uma simples professora. This is very arrogant to say, something very arrogant to say. Means that she is a meaningless teacher that has nothing to teach you about, that is like horrible, okay? Ela é uma simples professora. So if, in any context, if you use simples before the noun, it brings a negative thing. You're saying something negative. For example, oh, my phone is right here. If I say, é simples celular. É simples celular. It means that is simples celular. It means that it's just a phone with no importance. It's just like, okay, it's just meaningless. Okay? And then Linda asked, so anything in English that ends in full would follow that rule? I am very cautious, Linda, with generalizing, like, so anything in English, because in Portuguese there is never an anything, because there is always exceptions. So let's have a look. Wonderful. Wonderful. Give me an examples of adjectives with full, Linda. Give me an example. Let's work that out. And then we will see, okay? So we sometimes say she is simply wonderful, simply divine. But then, Linda, simply is not an adjective, okay? Simply is an adverb that it's modifying the adjective, okay? So let's not mix that. Simply is an adverb. And in Portuguese, this is simplesmente. Simplesmente. Colorful. Colorful. Colorful, we say colorido. So this is the adjective. So, minha camisa é colorida. My t-shirt is colorful, for example. Okay? So, it's just as an adjective, just like the ones that we saw in the first category. Colorida, if it's feminine, and meu tênis é colorido. My tennis is colorful. Okay, so it follows the same rule as the first category. So, answering your question, you cannot generalize, Linda, by saying anything in English. No. We've got to see case by case. All right? Awesome questions, Linda. Awesome. And I really love when you ask questions, when we have this interaction. It's amazing. So please ask questions. Okay? So let's have a look at this. Other example. O João é professor senhor. O João é professor senhor. It means that he is in the old age. He is an elderly. You know, he's 90 years maybe, you know. O João é professor senhor. Now, o João é senhor professor. Senhor professor. Meaning that he is a great teacher, respectful teacher. And the same thing goes for feminine. A Maria é uma senhora. Let's change, not say professor. But a Maria é uma senhora dentista. She is a great dentist, a wonderful dentist. Okay, and this is very much used in Portuguese. Arub, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Arub. It's amazing to know that. I'm glad that you're learning, that you're all learning from my teaching. It makes me so happy. So, a Maria é uma senhora dentista. Ou o Cristiano é um senhor jogador de futebol. O Cristiano Ronaldo é um senhor jogador de futebol. It means that he is great soccer player, footballer. He is great. O Cristiano é um senhor jogador de futebol. And we use this all the time, okay? Christine Bogamila, thank you so much. Thank you. Muito obrigado, gente. Muito obrigado. Eu estou feliz. Obrigado. Right? So you can say, if you use adjective senor after the noun, it means elderly, or senora if it's feminine. If you use it before the noun, it means great, amazing, respectful, okay? And this is not only applied to people. So, for example, you could say you're watching a film and the film is so wonderful, it's like the best film you've ever seen in your life, and then you can say, esse é um senhor filme. É um senhor filme, meaning that this film is great, it's a wonderful film, okay? So it can also be used in that context. And then you see that the adjective comes before the noun, and that the meaning of the adjective changes completely the sentence. So, if you like this video, if you are enjoying this lesson, and leave a comment of what topic you would like me to cover in the future. So this lesson was an idea, as I told you before, by Linda, one of my students. And if there is a topic that you would like me to cover, oh Yuri, I don't know this, or Yuri, I would like you to cover this topic, grammar topic, you can write to me, you can write in the comment section, you can send me an email as well, info@master at masteryourportuguese.com. Okay. Yes. Filme. Filme is masculine, Christine. So, remember from AULA 2, artigos, that we saw indefinite articles, and we saw that is an indefinite article. Is masculine. So, senhor filme. Okay, so filme masculine. Yes, ótimo. And like this video on YouTube, it helps me. Like if you just click on the thumbs up, you just help me, you just like this video. I know that people like this video, okay, this lesson. So now, mini exercise. Let's see if you understand this, okay? Let's see if you understood this. One thing, complete with not no. So complete with the adjective based on the article and the noun. So from 1 to 10, you've got articles, some of them masculine, some of them feminine, plural, singular, and you've got nouns. And here you've got all adjectives in the masculine singular. I want you to change these adjectives, masculine singular, into whatever they may be according to article and noun. I'll do the first, okay? So, velho. Just so you know, velho means old, alto means tall, grande, big, japonês, Japanese, inteligente, intelligent, caro, expensive, barato, cheap, maravilhoso, wonderful, forte, strong, fofo, Cute. So I'll do the first. Os pianos velhos. So here we've got masculine plural, right? Masculine plural. So what is the masculine plural of velho? Velhos. Velhos. Do you understand? Do you get this exercise? Can you do it on your own? I'll give you some time. If you have questions, you can ask me. Okay, Christine? You can ask me. Okay, we've got answers coming. Okay. All right. Yes. Ótimo. Vamos corrigir. Let's correct. Os pianos velhos. Old pianos. As meninas, feminine, plural. So, as meninas altas. As meninas altas. Os porcos, pigs, ok? Pigs, the big pigs. Os porcos, feminine, masculine, plural. Então, os porcos grandes. So here for grande, it doesn't matter if it's masculine or feminine, they will be the same. Os porcos grandes. As atrizes, feminine, plural. Japonesas. And remember that we studied last lesson, drop the accent, the circumflex accent, and add a when you turn the masculine to feminine. As atrizes japonesas. As professoras inteligentes. So you see that for inteligente, it doesn't matter if it's masculine or feminine. So we just write it according to plural. As passagens. Passagens é tickets, like plane tickets. As passagens. caras. Does it? We see from the article that it's feminine and it's plural. So, caras. As passagens caras. O aluguel, the rent. O aluguel, barato. Masculine, singular. O aluguel, barato. As mulheres, as feminine, as mulheres maravilhosas, maravilhosas. Feminine, plural. Os homens, masculine, plural. Fortes. But here it doesn't matter if it's masculine or feminine, because forte, it can be either masculine or feminine. So I could have said as mulheres fortes. It wouldn't change the adjective. And lastly, a gata fofa. The cute cat. A gata fofa. All right? So gata, singular. Okay, Bogamila? Gata is singular. A gata. So fofa, not fofas. It would be fofas if it was as gatas fofas. Okay? As gatas. Then it's plural. All right. Awesome. Awesome. Is there any question? Is there any question? We've got to the end of today's lesson. I hope that you understood how to use adjectives correctly. Follow the general rule. Adjectives come after the noun, okay? And just follow that rule and you will be fine, okay? So, adjectives after the noun. You will be okay if you follow that. You can always tell me what topic you want me to cover in the future lessons. On lesson 5, which is next Friday, we will be talking about plural forms. So here we see os pianos, velhos, altas, japonesas, but there are some rules to form plural nouns and adjectives. And we will see, for example, why cidadão, we say cidadãos, and limão, we say limões. So here, cidadão, citizen, and here is lemon. Why the plural form of cidadão is cidadãos, and why the plural form of limão is limões. We will talk about plural in general on AULA 5 next week. I hope you will be here with me. Spread the word, invite all the people that you know who are learning Portuguese, okay? Muito obrigado for joining me. Cristina, muito obrigado. Linda, muito obrigado. Welcome, not welcome, thank you. Yes, Linda, nouns first, then adjectives. Like socks first, then shoes. Yes, that's it, Linda. So, thank you so much for joining me. I will be waiting for you next Friday, okay? We will be talking about plural forms. And you see that every week we add content to our pile of Portuguese language. And imagine when we are on lesson 50, lesson 60, how much of Portuguese grammar you will have learned by then. So, grammar is not the most important. So these lessons, they are mostly focused on grammar. And my lessons, they are for my students on the Master Club community. Master Club is my community of Portuguese learners. And in my community, we most of the times have lessons focused on daily life situations, okay? And I decided to do these open YouTube grammar lessons to help my students with grammar, because grammar is also important, and also so to help any other student of Portuguese who wants to master Portuguese. All right? Muito obrigado. I will see you next week. Let me know, write in the comment section if there is any topic you would like to cover. Like this video, thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and spread the word. Tell the people you know who are learning Portuguese about Master Portuguese. It will help me greatly. All right? Muitíssimo obrigado. Oh, Bogamila, that's so good to hear. That's so good to hear. Yes. Thank you. Today is Friday. Let's enjoy our weekend. Oh, by the way, today we had a conversation club with my students. Every week, once a week, we have conversation club, and I recommended one Brazilian film that I watched yesterday, and I want to recommend to everybody. So the name of the film is, let me write on the chat, A Vida Invisível. Watch this film if you have a chance to watch this film, A Vida Invisível. It's a Brazilian film, and it is set in Rio de Janeiro in the 1950s. And I loved this film so much because it taught me so much about Brazilian culture in the 1950s and how women were perceived as, at that time, what was their role in society, in Brazilian society. And it was interesting to see the clothes they wear, to see the architecture of the city, to see the kind of problems they faced, you know. So I do recommend, if you got the chance, watch this film, A Vida Invisível. It's a drama, it's not action. I don't know, Bogamila, I don't think it is on Netflix, though. I don't think it is. But I know it's on Amazon Prime, if I'm not mistaken, and you can rent it on YouTube. I'm not sure. I'm just saying, I don't know. But try to find it. I don't know if it's on Netflix. You can try to see if it's on Netflix, but see if you can find it online. I don't know if it's on YouTube, but for sure it is to rent. You can pay YouTube, and I don't know if in your country, but in Brazil we can. You know, it's available on YouTube for renting. Okay? And yes, have a wonderful weekend and see you next Friday. Ciao, ciao.